Gentlemen, please rise and join us at the singing of our national anthem. Tradition, the theme, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. Ladies and gentlemen, your Macomb High School marching firemen.
And welcome to this Macomb High School game here for homecoming. I'm Ken Suter alongside Tegan as we get set for this matchup here. You can see the team coming through the tunnel here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Of course, this is Bomber Football, brought to you by Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling.
Bomber Airline, non-stop flight 185. We are glad to have you aboard this flight. We ask that you please fasten your seatbelts at this time and secure all baggage underneath your seat or in the overhead compartments as we prepare for takeoff. On behalf of NCUSD 185 Airlines and the entire crew, I'd like to thank you for flying with the Macomb Bombers. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight. Cabin crew, please prepare for takeoff.
Here we go. From the corner, 12 minutes on the clock. Lights on, rollers on.
And the Bombers come out after, a little bit of a nice intro there, get some Top Gun feel into it as the band gets set to play. Bombers onto the field. This is the first game that I've had to call for the Bombers. I did camera for the last game over at Rova, Williams Field. Over.
That was a really good game to go to if you're Macomb. I mean, after all, Macomb got some really good points on there. They had some really nice touchdowns. Had a little bit of a slow start at first, but they really seemed to came into their own by the end of the game. Hopefully they repeat that performance today against West Hancock.
It kind of seemed when they came out against Rova Williams Field that they kind of took it a little slow to start out. They really took a while to get everything warmed up. Might have maybe thought a little past the Rova Williams Field Cougars. Don't think that's going to happen today against the West Hancock Titans.
Yeah, Macomb's a really well-coached team here. They're not going to take any team lightly, not even West Hancock. Everyone is better than them in their mind, and they want to prove them wrong.
Well, that's kind of mentality you have to have. You can't walk into a game thinking you're going to win 100%, And then you end up like the Colts against the Jacksonville Jaguars last year. For any Colts fans out there, they're real happy I brought that one up. Set here, Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. Bombers football here on TSSR Game Time Live. Bombers taking on West Hancock Titans. Who are some of these Bombers players that, really been balling out this year so far?
Some of the Bombers players that has really been showing off today, this season in total have been JT Jeter, Langdon Allen, Jaden Jones, and their quarterback, Jack Duncan. They've been on fire so far. They have not had a cold streak so far. Jack's been consistent. Jaden Jones has made electrifying plays. And then you have just really solid guys at receiver when it comes to people like Langdon Allen and JT Jeter, who just somehow get touchdowns.
Set for the kickoff. It'll roll down. Gets picked up right around the 20-yard line, and they'll rush it up. He's find the corner. If he can get the sideline, he's got one man to beat as he's running down, gets to the 30, and it's going to be a foot race in for the touchdown. What a way to start this one out. 6-0 already. I do believe that was JT Jeter that found that corner, and in for the touchdown, the Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown for the Bombers.
Can't have any better of a start than that. That's set the momentum of the game. Now you got to wait for West Hancock to counter back.
Coming out now for the Bombers. I did see they did attempt a PAT earlier in the year. Let's see if they go ahead with that or run for the two. We'll see how they are lining up. Looks like 2 men wide, so they'll go for the 2-point conversion, trying to make it an 8-0 game here at the beginning of this one. Of course, homecoming game, that's exactly how you want to set it up.
Yeah, that's true. This is big for these kids out there. I remember my homecoming game. It was really big for all of us, so they're coming in with a lot of swagger, a lot of excitement, and they're looking here to beat these Titans.
Set down, pistol formation. One back, it's going to be right through, but he can't get tackled. Finally wrapped up and taken down. That was Denzel Cochran on the run, but can't get the 2-point conversion. 6-0 real quick here at the start of this one. We'll take a quick break and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team, and everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
And welcome back to the matchup between the Macomb Bombers and the West Hancock Titans. I'll be waiting for my co-host to be right back. And Macomb sets the kick off. Normally when they kick off, they try to do an onside kick here, but who knows? They might want to kick it out deep and pin them back in their own territory. Lincoln Allen back with the kick. The crowd's getting excited. It's kicked off deep. Recovered by number 12, Tucker Kolzenberg. And he is tackled by a swarm of Bombers, Jaden Jones and Connor Bishop with the swarm on the ball.
Nice job of coverage to find the ball, get down, picks him up at around the 25. So we'll give it to him at the 27. So about maybe a 2-yard return at most. Bombers 6-0 as we get set. Looks like 11:44 left on the clock. Real great setup here. Macomb got a post right in front of our way.
Yep. I mean, if you're West Hancock right now, you want to really set the tone, start up with some great runs. And if you're Macomb, you just want to stuff them.
Hand the ball off to the fullback. He'll get up close to 30, gets a nice push on the way. We'll say a gain of 2. You know what? We'll give it to him 3. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
People really undervalue West Hancock's running game. They have one of the hardest running back cores in the in our conference, and with those running backs, they'll run through anyone. They'll run through a brick wall for their team.
Play coming in now from quarterback Tanner Barnett, excuse me. 2-man wide, 2 tight ends in. Looks like they're going to be offset, so 4 receivers possible. Looks to pass. He's got a big rush. He's going to get sacked down on around the 17-yard line, so a loss of 10. And, man, you could see that rush brought in both linebackers into that corner, squeezed them down.
That would be a sack by Max Reiner and help by Brandon Sprinkle. Yeah, you got to watch out for this Macomb linebacking core and defensive line, because when they get behind you and rush towards the quarterback, that's a nightmare for you. You don't want to come to these guys and see them in front of your face. And there was great coverage by cornerback Jaden Jones and Langdon Allen. No one was open, and he didn't want to force a throw. He made the right decision by taking the sack.
Getting set now, shotgun formation. He's going to look to pass once again, has a man open, picked up at the 21, runs to about the 25, tackled down out of the end zone. The end zone sideline here. That is Langdon Allen on the tackle. Nice pickup, but it will be a 4th and long.
Cooper Shaw with the catch, and it seems like West Hancock's going to come out and punt. I mean, that's not the most ideal drive, but who knows? Macomb might make a mistake on this punt return over here. Anything can happen. You never know.
Of course, it's never ideal trying to come out and get in a perfect 3 and out with a sack, 4th and long. It's never what you'd call a ideal drive.
Unless you're the defense.
Oh, of course. Set the punt. Looks like everybody's in. Different punt formation style. They send them all. Almost got the block high up. Going to be, they'll drop it, but it'll roll to the 50, to the 49 before it's touched. So perfect field position for this Bombers team as they get set up right around the 49-yard line.
Expect the Macomb offense to start running a lot more. They are a very run-first offense. They like to wear down the defensive line, and when the defensive line is wore down, they like to throw it over your heads and get a touchdown. So expect a couple of runs here starting off.
They also do utilize jet sweeps a lot, coming out to that far side, able to look up, find the sideline, and get up through, as you saw on the kick return by JT Jeter.
And then Jaden Jones, first game of the year, he got a nice jet sweep play for 53-yard touchdown.
Man in motion. They're going to look to pass early. Line gets through, but down the field, incomplete. Looked like he was going to catch that one. Good defense by number 4. That is Evan Carroll over on the corner to stop that one.
Seemed like Jack kind of eyed JT Jeter from the beginning there, and the defensive backs picked up on it very quick. So expect them to run here on 2nd down.
Looks like JT came down a little hard on there, takes himself out, going to talk to the coach a little bit. Looks like he just kind of got squashed on that catch. Was a little underthrown, so that's why he had to slow down. You know, JT Jeter with that speed, he saw a hole and he went through. Gets them offside, so it's 2nd and 10, makes 2nd and 5. As the 5-yard gain off the offsides, Macomb uses that hard count really well.
Jack's a great quarterback when it comes to hard count. He can make it seem like he's going to snap the ball, but it's just something that when you're on the field and you hear it, it's hard to really predict because his snap cadence is basically the same.
Little screen pass going to be on a hitch. He turns around and gets squashed. Gets the first down, however, about 10 yards on the pass. That'll be a sports corner first down for the Bombers as they keep pushing through. Gets inside to about the 32-yard line. 6-0 still your score here with, I do believe that is an 8:01.
Surprised that they haven't ran at all yet. Normally they're very run-first offense, but I think they might think that, oh, well, here they run.
And that's a block on the outside. He's going to spin around, gets to about the 5-yard line and in, or did he step out?
They're
in for
touchdown.
the touchdown. Tom Conklin, State Farm, another one for this Bombers squad up early, 12-0. Max Reiner on the rush.
Whenever Max Reiner runs, he just makes it look like it's easy. That's a lot of thing. When you're a really good running back, you make it seem like you can do it.
I totally thought he was going to step out or get tackled there after that 5-yard. Spun it around, broke a tackle, found that sideline, just used that speed burst to get up through. 2-point conversion attempt now as they got 4 wide, 1 in. Hands the ball off. They'll go right back to the well and in. So 14-0 now your score. Bombers up early against the West Hancock Titans. 8:45 remaining here in this first quarter. Apologies if we have times off. Again, there's a giant pole in our way. There's kind of no way to see well. I'm just kind of guessing off a half a number.
You're fine.
TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is brought to you by Ron Ilby Auto Sales, with locations in Macomb and Augusta, and with 80 years of car sales experience. Ron Ilby Auto Sales is your hometown go-to for your next car. In Macomb on East Jackson Street, stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit www.ilbysellscars.com to check their inventory. Also brought to you by McDonough District Hospital. McDonough District Hospital athletic trainers in the MDH Rehabilitation Center, with locations in Bushnell and Macomb, provide expert help to Spartan student athletes, Bombers student athletes, and the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
Langdon Allen set back to kick off the ball. He'll probably end up kicking it deep again. Let's see how long it is. That's about to the 30. Oh, there's a chance. And they're saying he stepped out of bounds at the 24-yard line.
You know, he probably should have let that roll another 5 yards, went right out. However, he picks it up right on the 25. Oh, they'll give him to the 24. So a decent attempt. They really need to slow down a little bit, calm down, and just execute. Their problem they came out, gave up an early touchdown on that kick return, kind of came out flat a little bit, let that defensive line push through and get a giant hit at the beginning. That offensive line has to get at least 1 yard off the go to really help this team out.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to do when you're up against a really stacked defensive line like Macomb. But I know that this offensive line can do it. They have some really big people out there that can.
Looks to pass as, man, he's got another blitz coming. Caught on the 34-yard line. That's going to be close to a first down. We'll see if they give it to him or not. Looks like they'll give it to him at the 33-yard line.
That was their second-string quarterback with the catch, Evan Cordell.
Well, he looks like he might not be second-string quarterback as he's starting right now. 2nd and 1. Worked out for him thus far. You'd probably attempt a fullback dive here in this situation, but they're going to go shotgun, look to probably be a hitch. Got a blitzer on the far side. He gets through a long ball.
Wow. That was caught.
What a catch. Long pass. That is going to be a gain of around 20 yards.
For Nolan Gooding.
Gooding right there was able to bumble it around, finally get a hold of it. Great defense by this Bomber squad on that coverage. However, you know, when you see a great catch like that, it's kind of nothing you can do in that situation except for completely knock it down.
Sometimes the greatest catch you can do is the ones that you bobble up in the air and catch yourself.
1st and 10 Man in motion. He's going to look to pass again. Goes right to the motion man. Gets up to around the 39-yard line.
Macomb's defense looking a little weak against the West Hancock offense. They haven't really gone up against a lot of really passing schools lately, so you think that maybe their pass-first offense is a little bit of a factor to the defense right now?
It just might be even, zone versus man situations that they're picking. Especially a play like that, that's going to really hurt any type of cornerback play when they spread him out and have to rely on a linebacker. You're going to get 5 or 6 every time if you do that well against a man. Hands the ball off. He runs right through the entire defense, gets finally tackled on the 25-yard line, but that'll be a sports corner first down for the West Hancock Titans. And, man, he just went right through that defense.
Yeah, the defensive line over-pursued there because there was no one in their gaps at the time. So what happens there is that the running back just gets a lane, and then it's up to the DBs and linebackers to make a play. That was a really good job by the offensive line of the West Hancock Titans.
Like a screen door roof, they just let everything right through. 1st and 10 on that sports corner first down. Under center now for the first time as they'll hand the ball off. Do it again, man. Hands the ball straight up to Luke Jaco, and it will be close to another first down. We'll see.
Stopped by Connor Bishop.
It'll be down to around down to around the 19-yard line.
This is not the start that you want on this defense so far. You start off really great, and now you're suddenly giving up a lot of really big plays.
Well, it's a bend don't break mentality. You'll give up plays as a defense. That's just how it is. However, as long as the rest of your team is working well and you don't break completely as a defense, as that is swallowed up right there, tried to go for a third time, can't get it. Maybe a gain of 2. But that's what this defense is going to have to keep on doing is little plays like that, stop them there, and bank on this offense, which is already shown. This Macomb offense is just torching so far their defense.
Yeah. I mean, if you're the defense, you kind of want to get the ball in the offense as much as possible, so you want to try to get some turnovers right now because it seems that the West Hancock Titans defense can't really match up against Macomb's offense very well. So they need to start getting some turnovers here.
3rd and short, back underneath center. He's going to look to pass, but right there is a blitz. He's going to have to get rid of it. He cannot. Sacked down on the play, down by around the 28-yard line.
That was 23, senior Lindsey May.
Great job on that back corner. Sent 2-man in on the exotic, or blitz, excuse me. It's kind of, once you start getting out of the high school terms that and then you're like, okay, well, can't call it this. I have to say blitz. I can't say, can't say fire. I have to say corner blitz and stuff like that.
Yeah, the Macomb student section getting very loud. We've known this from time and time again. They love to cheer for this team.
4th and 10 as they give up the offsides penalty, make it a 4th and 5. And Macomb does that straight to everybody else. You'd think they would have thought about that. Every time it's a 4th and long situation on that field, you're going to hear, watch the ball, pin your ears back, and definitely hold your water. That is like the 3 cliches everywhere.
Yeah, but sometimes that just doesn't go through someone's head, and they're like, okay, it's 4th down. I need to make the play. I need to do it.
Yeah.
And sometimes the thoughts just get to you, and you just want to make that play. Unfortunately for that time, they call the right snap. Okay.
As they get set back, they're going to be under center once again. It's been really working out for them, but swallowed up completely. Great push by this defensive line, as that'll be a turnover on downs. Don't see any flags on the play, so the Bomber offense takes its place, gets set up at around, we'll see where they place it. They'll say a loss of 2, so they'll place it on the 23-yard line. That's good field position. Might not be for everybody. For this Bomber squad, that is good field position.
I mean, for this Bomber squad, anytime you're on offense, that's good field position regardless because you have so many weapons, and it's just so electrifying to watch it.
Man in motion as there'll be a little bit of a shovel pass. Finds the open field. Nice blocking up front as he's just going to keep on hightailing it down. Gets it down to the 40-yard line and for a sports corner first down for the Bombers. Now, that was a great play. That jet sweep on that little bit of a shovel pass. Could have been a lot better, however. As you can see, the 2 wide receivers, one of them blocking, the other one kind of right there like, I'm supposed to be here. I'm supposed to be here. And, that's one thing that Like, a lot of times you don't remember that type of stuff, but if he would have headhunted a guy, found him, got onto him, might have gotten at least another 5 more yards. Another offsides penalty taken by this Titans squad.
We have a little update on the field right now. JT Jeter currently has ice around his foot. I'm not sure what that exactly means or if he just sprained something, but I think it might be game for him.
It means his foot hurts. He did get squashed pretty handily on that pass attempt. Hands the ball off, runs out to the far side. He'll get outside, gets a nice block, puts his head down, and gets another 5. That is a sports corner first down for the Bombers. Get into Titans territory here at around the 44-yard line.
Connor Bishop. Sheesh. He trucked him over.
Fumble on the play.
First and 10 Titans.
Titans get it.
Titans 44.
I didn't even see the fumble on the play. Like, I don't think these windows are that cloudy. I did not even see that.
That was a fumble?
So, never mind. First and 10 for the Titans. You know, you didn't even hear much of a reaction from the crowd. That kind of surprised everyone here,
Yeah,
I think.
I'm not sure. Maybe they just recovered it so quickly. I don't know.
First and 10, motion man. He's going to lose the snap, going to fall on it. So, technically another sack. That's the 3rd one for this defense.
Another one for Max Reiner. Max Reiner, man. There's just so much that you can say about him, but you just can't say it because that's how good he is at sports. Like, no matter what he does, whether it's football, whether it's wrestling, you have a solid player regardless.
He pushed through that line great. You know, got the snap, anticipated it, burst through. That offensive line hadn't even gotten out of their stance by the time he was past them. Finds the ball, goes right for it. So 2nd and long, looks to pass. Once again, have blitzers everywhere. Nice, but it'll be a pass interference as he's just a little bit too much on the back.
He kind of jumped on him there.
Yep. Going a little bit too much for the ball to stop that one, and that'll be probably a defensive pass interference if I had to say. We'll see from the referee.
That would be a 15-yard penalty in high school. Oh, wait. They might be.
Pass interference on the defense, yes, indeed. So
2nd down still. Not a
15-yard walk-off, but, you know, it was 2nd and 17. So they'll go 7. Oh, hey, man. Even deeper than I thought. Pass interference on the call. So 2nd and we'll say 4. 2nd and 3, actually. You know what? I love doing math.
West Hancock's offense has gotten off to a really hot start. Let's hope that they can keep this right here.
Looks to pass, and right there, man, you can't do much against that. Caught it, however.
Wow.
Nice play as, you know, gets it down to the 37-yard line. But this quarterback is having a great day of getting the ball out and everything, because you see how many blitzers and everything he's got going against him. He's got 2 men in his face every time he lets that ball loose.
Yeah, when it comes to being a quarterback, one of the greatest qualities you have is being comfortable in your pocket when you have 2 guys running back at you. You don't have to fear the guys running at you, because if you get the first down, the hit will be worth it. Just got to have that mindset in you. You know what, I'll take a hit, but at least we get the first down.
Shotgun formation once again. Oh, another offsides. Twice. They did it twice on that play. First one man and the second man, you could see timeout taken by Macomb. Throws the hat down. Coach is not happy. Completely walks onto the field. We're going to have a great time here as we are set about at the 2:58 mark. 14-0 your score. We'll take a quick break. Be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit, and all the providers and staff are putting the patient first.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
Welcome back to Macomb High School Sports here, brought to you by Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is brought to you by Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. Since 1960, Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has provided the greater Macomb area with expert sales, service, and installation of quality home comfort systems. Call your local Carrier dealer today at 309-833-2852 and find out how Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling delivers 365 days of indoor comfort.
Jet
Out
sweep.
to the far side, can't get anything on that. Loss of about 3 on the rush. Evan Carell can't get out to that far side. So that makes it a 3rd and 10.
No, that would be a 2nd and 10 because of the 5-yard penalty.
Indeed. They have already switched it real quick. That's one thing that, if you're running the stick, man, I've always liked place it, then change, not a change and move, because then it gets me all messed up here. At any rate, 2-man wide, 2-man in like this formation for them. Pass gets 1 man blocked. Can't get a hold of it on the catch. Incomplete pass makes it a 3rd and 10.
That ball was a little bit thrown just out of the receiver's hands, but like I said, he's been throwing the ball correct in the right spots at the right time, and that's what you need to do.
2:15 remaining. If you hear kind of silence, it's me leaning up and around trying to make sure I got the right number here in this first quarter. 14-0. So the Suns finally set. Man, he's got everybody on him, but wide open field. Gets 1 block, gets up to the 25-yard line, and late hit call. That'll probably be another 15-yarder for the Bombers. We'll see.
I would say the offensive.
Oh, they're going to call push. It'll be on the offense, it seems.
I'll give the offense credit on this one. They had a really great job making a wide open space over there. One of the linemen fell on the defensive lineman, and when you're on the field, do what you got to do. Make sure that quarterback is protected.
Illegal block, so that'll move him back. Still got a decent gain, but, man, not going to get much out of it.
Penalty will be 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
10 yards from the spot of foul, so they'll get an average of
1 yard.
2 yards.
3rd down and 9.
3rd and 9 here. Just 1 step forward, 3 steps back. It seems for both of these teams, penalties just been flying all over.
You got to start playing more disciplined football. Can't make mistakes like that.
Snap underneath, can't get a hold of it as it'll be swallowed up.
Thrown away by James Meredith and Lindsey May.
And off to Luke Jacko. Stopped by Ian Case and Lindsey May.
14-0 your score here as we get close to the end of this first quarter.
I mean, you're in a kind of situation where do you want to punt right now? Your offense has been really moving the ball down the field against this Macomb defense. Do you want to potentially solve that momentum until next drive? Oh, they're gonna go for it. They're having trust in their offense. They're saying we're not scared of your defense.
That one is gonna be down. Man, he's gonna have to run. Get rid of it. Chucks it down, picked off, and he's gonna find the sideline. Gets through 1 tackle, can't get through the rest. So, instead of taking an incomplete pass, you take an interception, but they only get 5 yards out of it.
Yeah, in those cases when he's chucking it deep downfield and there's people in front of you, just swat the ball down. I mean, interceptions look good on paper, but doesn't you set your team up in a worse position than you would.
But at the same time, if you find that sideline, find that hole, what could have been, a 5-yard interception like we had there, could have been a touchdown.
Right.
So you always want to take the chance. You never want to just not try. 1st and 10 for the Bombers.
Jack Duncan rolling out.
Passed, caught down, and tackled down by the 48-yard line. Excuse me, that is the 46-yard line.
Gain of 9 yards, 2nd down and 1.
What? All right. My co-host is going to go off real quick, and I'll be doing some of the announcing for now. Jack Duncan going in the backfield with Max Reiner at running back. Trips formation. Hand off to Max Reiner. He has a wide open hole, bowling people over. He's going to get the first down. However, is that a flag I see? Yep, there's a flag on the play. Great run by Max Reiner. However, we're not going to be sure how long that's going to take. They might have said that the offensive lineman was assisting the runner, but we'll have to see on that.
Initially a 5-yard gain.
Face mask on the defense, actually. So the Macomb Bombers are going to get 15 yards off that penalty right there.
Against the Titans for face mask. That will be a 5-yard penalty added to the play.
My bad, 5 yards, not 15.
First and 10 Bombers on the West Hancock 44.
On the West Hancock 44, they're subbing in on defense right now for West Hancock, and they're going to just let the clock run out over here. And that will be the end of the first quarter. Macomb Bombers 14, West Hancock Titans 0. We'll be taking a quick commercial break, and we will be right back to this exciting matchup between the Macomb Bombers and the West Hancock Titans.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
I became a nurse practitioner because I wanted to do more, I wanted to learn more, actually have more hands-on individually with patients. The rewarding part for me is that I get to come to work and learn something new every single day.
Welcome back here as we get set for second quarter action here for Macomb. Brought to you by Arnold Brothers Heating Cooling. Long ball wide open down the field.
Caught by Jayden Jones. What a catch.
Nice job down there on that bottom side. Gets a nice catch, gets down to around the 5-yard line.
First down. It's first and goal from the
14-0, first and goal here at the, they'll say the 6-yard line. West Hancock, after a big play like that, going to have to try and use this defensive linebackers to really watch it.
Yep, Max Reiner with a wide open hole. That's going to be an easy Tom Conklin touchdown.
Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown after the sports corner. First down to start out the second quarter. There we go. 20-0. Realize I probably said first quarter instead of first down. It is what it is, you know.
It is what it is.
I've got a lot of stuff running through my head. Right when I get done with this, I've had a full day of classes. I have to do this, and right after this, I've got a full night of homework.
Fun.
Yep.
And Macomb's going to go back in the backfield and go for 2.
Hands the ball off to the halfback up through. He'll get in for the 2-point conversion. 22-0, your score now, as the Bombers keep this lead. TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is brought to you by McDonough District Hospital. Thank you for voting McDonough District Hospital Rehabilitation Center as best of the best in McDonough County. Let their experienced and dedicated sports medicine and rehabilitation staff show you why MDH has been voted best of the best in 2017, 2018, 2019, and again in 2020. 3 convenient locations serve you, 2 in Macomb and 1 in Bushnell. Also brought to you by the Sports Corner at 124. Macomb's original local sports bar is Sports Corner at 124, with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. Set out now for the kickoff. 22-0 your score here with around 11:32 remaining in this second quarter.
Off to a great start for Macomb right now. At first, you still had a little bit of troubles, but now it seems like they're really starting to come into their own now, and let's see if they can capitalize off their just recent touchdown.
Apologies for any of the scoreboard blinking in and out. We've had so many issues with our scoreboard. We're praying that it still just straight works, so I'm not going to touch it. As it goes down, rolls out of bounds. So that'll be a setup at the 25. Ooh, excuse me, 35.
West Hancock, you got to come right back out there and start going on that deep. Start going really nice on offense. You've been doing it so far this game, so got to keep doing what works for you.
I'd like to thank you all for watching here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We do have our chat open, so if you want to drop in, say where you're watching from, who you're rooting for, we'd love to hear it from you. 22-0 as West Hancock's offense comes out. They're going to have to figure something out to kind of change things up. They coming out now, looks like in that same formation, 2 wide, 2 in, with 1 halfback. Hands the ball off, but, man, he's got everybody there. Gets up to the line of scrimmage, but nothing else. So it'll be a 2nd and 10.
Tackled by Malachi Butler-Grissom. He is such a mainstay on this offense right now. When it comes to Malachi, he can just shed off guys like that. And just like that, when you're a small little running back and you see a 6'4", 6'5" kid running right in your direction, not really much you can do. In a game of height and weight, normally the kid that's taller is going to win.
Getting set now. Not even out of the blocks, and these wide receivers are already getting set on the line. It's kind of weird. You know, I've been doing so many of these 8-man football games for West Prairie and Bushnell that every now and then I'll see 4 wide receivers and then a tight end, and I'm like, wait a second, you can't do that. I always forget, you know, there's 11 guys out there instead of 8.
It takes time adapting to that, especially since you've been doing it for so long.
Which is weird because I don't even think anymore about it being 8-man until, you know, something strange pops up. It's kind of just so great compared to 11-man. When I first heard they were changing to the 8-man thing, I was like, man, this is going to be bad. This is going to ruin football. It's made it pretty good. Pretty good.
A lot more excitement.
3rd and 3 here. Shotgun formation again. Oh. Ooh, it'll be a false start, I do believe.
Yeah.
As someone did stand up down there on the line. I want to know who did move, who they did call it on, because
flag against West Hancock for a false start.
No number on the false start. As you can hear the coaches up here wondering too, because I looked down and I think it was because somebody got down in that stance on the tight end. He was on the line, so once he moved up to rearrange his position.
Can't do that.
I think that had to be it, because he was the only one that did move at all down there.
That's sometimes a little bit hard, too, when you're an offensive lineman, because sometimes you do want to rearrange it, but you just got to tell your mind, no, you got to just go through it.
3rd and 8 now. Looks to pass, got 1 man right on him. Nice job on the defense. Makes it 4th down.
Attaboy, Jaden Jones. He just slapped the ball out of his hand. Made it tougher to catch it. And it looks like they'll be going back to punt here.
Yeah, slapping the ball in the hand does make it harder to catch. Yeah. Never would have known that. 4th and long here as they'll go to punt. I do believe they go to punt. And I don't see why they'd really risk going for it here.
Especially since you're pinned back deep in your 35, or no, 37.
Against West Hancock, that has been declined.
Flag for holding, so that has been declined. Be 4th down.
Yep.
Man, it seems like a couple of these flags have just been kind of late.
Yeah.
And not in like a bad late flag call, just, you know, the referee's thinking about it before they really call it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just see something that's kind of fishy for you, and you're just like, I might as well. And they're sending.
Timeout taken by Macomb, as they did not like the setup that they had.
Langdon Allen was set back deep.
They did have 11 there. Oh, that'd be the problem. Their linebacker was set up over center on a punt. You can't touch that center. You got to be away from him. That would have been an instant flag for him. So they take the timeout. So we'll be here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and they care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
Welcome back here. 22-0 your score, as it looks like 10:33 remaining here in this second quarter. Punt coming. It'll be a fake as they run it out to the far side. Getting close. Can't get the first down, however. Nice try on the play. Already had that timeout taken, so they had something to draw up. Was a straight direct snap to the fullback, but can't get a hold of it. That'll give offense great field position once again for the Bombers.
That was a great call by the coach for the West Hancock Titans, but unfortunately they just couldn't get there. But great play call, especially when you have someone that was that unorganized on a play, and they're not expecting them to fake it. That's just great play calling. Fortunately, sometimes don't pan out.
1st and 10 on the 42-yard line for the Bombers. Got a little bit of a different formation now with a fullback and a tailback. There we go. They're going to have him rearrange to both tail. Hands the ball over and across. Cornerback fell down. You know, it's kind of slippery down there on the turf once the lights go out and the dew comes back.
Yep. Great catch by Langdon Allen there. He seemed to have a really nice night so far. He hasn't had a lot of explosive plays, but he's been a very consistent wide receiver. He's kind of been the guy be like, oh, look, he's wide open. Dink it off to him.
So that'll be a Sports Corner first down for the Bombers once again here. 1st and 10. Looks like they're going to have it at the 31-yard line. Hands the ball off to the left side, gets through one man. He's got a nice hole. He's going to keep on pushing through. Gets to the 16-yard line. Cochran on the run. Great job.
Yeah, they like using Denzel Cochran, getting off on the edge. Normally you don't have him run up the middle, so whenever you see him on the field, it's just a matter of can you catch up to him. And for most people, when it comes to speed versus speed, Denzel Cochran has that speed.
I'd like to shout out Anthony Daniels, watching from Baltimore, Maryland, alum from 1971. You know, we've had some from Maryland. Some people watched us from Washington and a bunch of other stuff, but that'll be a holding call. So 10-yard loss, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. So boy, oh boy, we're back here at the 41 once again. 1st and 20.
It's been a very good first half for Macomb, but an also very undisciplined half for Macomb. They need to start working on fixing those penalties.
They'll run the same play except reverse, but he falls over. He's got one man there on the pursuit. They'll get the Sports Corner first down, I do believe. Cochran, yep, they'll give it to him. So Sports Corner first down by the 16-yard line. So it's kind of like that last play just happened all over again.
Yeah, Denzel Cochran, he was like, okay, so I'm just going to do what I did again. Is that cool with y'all? Yeah, all right. But yeah, this is probably a situation where you want to run the ball, get Max up near the end zone. So yeah, watch out for run here.
2-man out, 2-man in. Hikes the ball. He's got a man downfield, but he's overthrew it a little bit. Looks like a receiver was just a little bit slow on the turn. So a little bit of miscommunication there on the little bit of an out route. Makes it a 2nd and 10 from the 16.
Sometimes you just get a little bit stood up by the QB and DB and get stalled there. I'm sure that was the right call for the quarterback and the wide receiver. He just, like you said, couldn't really get there fast enough. But, yeah.
22-0 your score here. As it's around 8:33 left. I'll take a wild guess and say that. Once again, pole in front of our face. Hands the ball off. He runs down. He's going to find that far sideline. Gets up through and in for the Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown. Bombers keep this lead moving 28-0.
Yeah, Max Reiner, like I've said countless times again, he's such that great of an athlete. He had his eyes open way downfield. He ran in front of the guys that he's supposed to run in front of, because whenever you have two DBs looking at the same running back, they'll run into each other and cause some little mayhem, and that's what happened there. So they're going to go for 2 again.
Bombers looking to make it a 30-0 game. As we inch closer and closer here as we get to the end of the half. Going to be an out route towards the far side. Caught and catched. Caught and catch. I meant to say pitch and catch. You know, It is what it is. 30-0 your score here. Bombers keep the lead, pushing as they get close to the end of the second half. We are getting close as well to running clock in the second half.
Yeah, I did want to say one thing real quick. Langdon Allen is such a great route runner. I haven't really mentioned that a lot lately, but he can make it seem like you're going one way and then just goes the other way. He is so great at that.
TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is brought to you by the Old Dairy, located at 210 South Lafayette Street in Macomb, Illinois. Serving soups, salads, sandwiches, homemade dessert, Blue Bunny ice cream, and a full-service coffee bar. Breakfast served all day and free Wi-Fi. Visit them online at www.olddairymacomb.com. Call 309-837-6700 for your takeout. Set for a kickoff here, 30-0, as we still have 8:25 remaining in this second quarter. I do believe that's an 8. Just making sure. It's right on that line. It could be an 8, could be a 3, but I'm pretty sure it's more 8.
It's an 8. It hasn't been that long.
Who knows? You know, time flies when you're having fun. As Macomb sure is having fun today. 30-0. Booming kick. Picked up at the 23. It's going to be reversed around. Probably should have kept it, to be honest, and handed that off to the other guy. As had an open sideline down on that left side. Everybody went straight for him. Sets up offense around the 27-yard line.
Macomb has to come out right now, get very hyped on defense. So far, the West Hancock Titans have their number. So right now, you just gotta come out strong, get a good outing, and then stop them.
Set up in the huddle. West Hancock gonna try and talk this one over. Get a nice game plan set. Try to get something on the board at this point. As they're going to be tight right. Be a little bit of a handoff misdirection, but not much going for it as the defensive line just pretty much just swallows them up. Maybe gets a gain of 1.
Yeah, like I said, Macomb's defensive line, they're just hard to scheme against and just hard to play against. You got so many strong people to have to fight back against, and it's not easy to get holes for running backs. So
big thing is the push. They're getting an amazing push defensively to get across that line, move the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
it's what you really want as an offensive line, but man, West Hancock just hasn't had any chance against this defensive line. Back into shotgun formation, 2-man on the blitz, gets through, pass is going to be wide. It looked like it might have been almost intercepted down there by the corner.
Yep. This is not a great start for West Hancock, but their passing offense has been fine so far, so you just got to keep on doing what you think works. This Macomb defense does have a weakness, and we've seen it earlier. They haven't really defended the pass well. Just got to keep on trying. And then at number 79 and number 75 will come out on the play. That'd be Malachi Butler-Grissom and James Meredith.
Back to shotgun formation, main one they've used so far, 3rd and long. Sends a man on the blitz, lets it fly, picked off as he lands down, but he lands hard, head in the dirt.
Oh.
Intended for
Looks like on the 46-yard line.
Connor Bishop on the coverage for the Bombers. Fourth down and
Just
10.
kind of hit, kind of fell to the ground a little bit too hard. He'll be fine.
They'll switch him out for one play, hopefully. Check on him, make sure everything is okay. Falling on that turf, I can't imagine.
Yeah, I've had experiences falling on turf. It is not fun, especially when you have a bunch of little ground pellets just hitting the ground, and then you wait, and then you look up and you see, oh look, my arm looks all wrinkly now.
Couldn't imagine. Looks to punt. Oh, they say he does not catch the interception. Down as it rolls out at the 40-yard line. Offense gets set up at the 40.
Yep, and just do what you got to do on offense. You want to score fast, want to score hard.
After 31 yards.
I would say right now is probably where you want to control the game for the rest of the game, especially since you're up that big. A touchdown here, I don't want to say puts it out of reach, but it's kind of hard to come back.
You've still got an entire half to play. Nothing is ever out of reach in football.
Right.
1st and 10 here at the 39-yard line. They're going to send a man, but that'll be offsides. So they'll walk off 5. Third offensive penalty, offsides penalty for the Titans. Multiple on Bombers as well. Laundry all over the field tonight.
Yeah, like those mistakes can be easily fixed. Oh, it says there it's a 2nd down on the thing, but it's 1st down.
Well, all right, we'll go with it. Gets a blitz from the safety, but he's going to let that one fly just a little bit too far out of reach for Jaden Jones. So now will be 2nd down and 5.
Gavin Grotehouse on the coverage for the Titans. 2nd down and 5.
Macomb will have the ball back on the 46-yard line. Do you try throwing it deep again, or do you want to run it with Max Reiner? He's been very consistent this game.
Find that outside zone edge.
Yeah.
Just go right at the end of your offensive line. It's been working so far. That's exactly what they'll do is they find a hole, gets up through, gets to the 40. Looks like the 35-yard line before he's finally tackled for the sports corner 1st down. Looks like a player injured on the field. He was the one that got landed on, so he's going to get up and limp. Try to put some pressure on it. They'll call time to let the trainers and everything set out. We'll take a quick timeout here on TSSR Game Time Live as well.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit, and all the providers and staff are putting the patient first.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
Coming out of the officials' timeout, 30-0 here with 7:50 remaining. As another flag out for offsides. And man, like 4th on the Titans, 2nd on the Bombers. Can anybody not go offsides?
It's just, it's anticipation. It's homecoming. People are really excited. People are really antsy. Stuff like that's going to happen. So you just got to tell your players, hey, I understand this is a very big thing right now, but you gotta focus on the game.
Shotgun formation, looks to pass, but he's gonna run with it. Lets it loose right at the line, picked off at the 5-yard line. Gonna try and find something. Gets oh, that's a block. That's a they're not gonna call that one there. As coming up. Jaden Jones looks right at the referee and says, come on, man, because he got completely blindsided down there.
Yeah, that was a great jump by the defensive back. They had number 11, Braden Holtzhaus, covered up, and he just ran right in front of him, bumped him, took the ball, and then said, it's mine now.
Great game so far for the Bombers. Just has small little things. In a game, you're up 30 before even halftime. You're playing excellent. But when you have all these little things, it's like, Princess and the Pea. You got everything great, but there's just one little thing that's going to bother you all game, and that's been penalties for these teams. Looks to pass down the field. Can't get a hold of that one. Neither man can. They were spinning around like a tango down there trying to grab it.
Yeah. That was 50-50 ball up there. Sometimes when it comes to 50-50, the ground wins and not the players.
Well, it's more like a 33-34 then. Ground always has an advantage.
Fair enough.
Because it's always there.
The ground's the real MVP of the game.
2nd and 10 for this Titans team. First game that we've had to call together, you've normally been with Dwayne for these games, but Dwayne had other things, so I'm filling in. And you start talking about, yeah, you're a lot like Dwayne when you're announcing, and I'm like, I'm a little bit less serious.
No, I meant that as a compliment. Like, you're really natural at it. You're really good.
It looks like a little bit of a broken play. Had a man go in motion right when the snap happens.
It seems like it was almost a, I don't want to say offsides. It was almost a false start.
Got a little moth in here.
It seemed like the offensive line jumped a little bit before the ball was snapped. So, I don't know.
A little bit of a busted play. I think he's probably calling a man in motion, gets the snap, and it's like, you know what, it was close enough. We'll go for it. So gets about 2 on the play. Will be a 3rd and 7.
Yep.
6:43 remaining. I think that's a 6. Could be a 5. We're missing that little part that tells the difference. Hikes the ball. Once again, snap on the ground. He's not able to get a hold of it, however. Will not be a reverse pass, a backwards pass. So it is down, incomplete. 4th and 7. But, man, again, to add to the Titans' problems, snaps have been going right down. Lost multiple between the legs on the ground. That one almost lost. He's able to pick it back up instantly. But shotgun formation's helping them with this blitz. It's helping them get spread out, get space. But the snaps are having an issue getting there as well.
Yeah, snapping as a center is not as easy as people think it is. Like, the first thing you have to do is that you have to anticipate the snap and immediately go up. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of people can really do that. So that's why when it comes to being a center, that's the hardest job on the offensive lineman.
As that one looked like it got tipped out of the foot. They'll leave it alone. They'll roll to the 50-yard line as the offense for the Bombers gets set up with great field position again. Like you're talking about, especially snapping, more long snapping. I mean, I was a center all throughout my years, mostly because 7th grade they said, well, you're going to be a lineman because you're short and kind of bigger and you don't run fast.
You don't have hands.
Which one do you want to go with? And I said, well, you kind of need a center, and I'd like to play, so I'm going to pick center. Yeah. Not realizing how hard it was switching over, especially under center, switching to shotgun formations, snapping different ways, snapping long snapper ways to make sure you get the laces out. Everything about that is just not heard about at all.
Yeah.
Jet sweep right across is a great blocking. Needs to slow down. They'll call a hold. That's exactly maybe. I did see there it is. It's kind of hard to see the flags down there from up here.
The flag's on the 36 right now, so that'll probably go back to the 46, so still about a gain of 4 yards.
Started out with a great but blocking down there on the side by the wide receiver, but once he turned around, he stuck with him, and once he turns, you got to let go.
Yeah. That's really hard because in that moment you want to be like, no, that's my guy. I want to make sure that he's open, but yeah. Also, it could be like the sight of eyes, too. Sometimes you could be just letting off, and they see like that kind of yank a little bit.
Anything outside of the chest plate, if it yanks, you're gone.
Yeah.
So they'll walk it off. We'll get the official call. Face mask, a little different than a hold call. We'll see if it's a 5 or a 15.
It will be 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
Oh, holding call. Why do you call it up the way? Holding call is normally down here, but he called it way up here looked like he was going for a face mask from our vantage point. Yeah, I'm just gonna start looking at this camera screen on our computer. I'm just gonna not even mess with this window.
Yeah.
I guess I need to get my prescriptions checked.
Braden Holtzhau's coming out in the field. He's getting a little talking to. Right now, it seems like they're going to go back to their formation with Lindsey May at fullback and then X-Runner at running back.
Hands the ball off, runs up, and he gets a great hole pushing through, and he's gone. Tom Conkin State Farm, touchdown for the Bombers. Great rush by Max Reiner. Makes it 36-0.
I mean, I'd love to talk about other players, but Max Reiner has been scoring so many touchdowns so far that it's hard not to. So I think this time around, I would say great blocking on the offensive lineman, way to really make a hole there for Max to just run through. And afterwards, the DBs just couldn't catch up to him, just couldn't take him down because he has a really big body and big frame. So good job on the offensive lineman to just getting that big hole open.
We'll see if they can get a push through here on the 2-point conversion. Looking to pass as he's going to run it up. Oh, I don't know if he gets in. And he is in. So 38-0 your score. Bombers still up here on homecoming night. We'll take a quick break here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, of this Macomb Bombers football game, presented by Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling.
Every day, we walk through these doors, not knowing what waits. It's not easy, but we do it every day because our mission is you, providing you compassionate care and providing you the best possible patient experience. McDonough District Hospital.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
Welcome back. Kickoff upcoming, 38-0. Boy, you think the kicker's leg's going to get tired any time now. As another kickoff for this Bombers squad.
I mean, when you're a wide receiver like Langdon Allen, your legs don't get tired.
38-0. Here we got 5:30 left in this second quarter. That one will fall at the 30, and they'll just fall on it. Make sure, get the possession. So 32, 33-yard line is where they'll start out. Titans looking to get anything offensively going.
Yeah, it's hard to get anything offensively going against this Bombers defense, but they've shown that they can get those yards and that they can do it. They just got to do it for one whole drive instead of half a drive and then stall.
It's kind of the problem when you have to start banking on your passing offense is if everything's working well, you're gaining lots of yardage at the same time. But if you can't go back to a run up the gut or anything to the outside, that's going to stick. Man, this defense knows exactly what you're going for.
Yeah, and they're going
Hikes
to
the ball,
hand
hands it off, and man, look like how are you going to do anything against that? They send in 2 extra men on the blitz, gets the linebacker up through, and before they even handed the ball off, he's tackled.
Yeah, I would say this. The only reason why they're doing that is because they have so much faith in their corners right now. They're saying by that, we think that our corners are going to be able to cover your guys no matter what. So they send those 2 guys every single time, and there's not really anything you can plan for besides, well, bringing in those wide receivers. And even then, guess what 2 guys just got open?
Back underneath center, that'll help him quickness-wise. Hands the ball off to the fullback as he's going to get swallowed up before he hits the 50. Excuse me, the 30. And once again, they keep on handing the ball off Luke Jaco. And he's doing as good a job as he really can be because by the time he hits the ball, somebody's on him. So getting 2 yards in those situations, it's kind of a win for him. Just can't get anything more.
It's hard to go up against this Macomb defense. They have one of the best running defenses because they play against a lot of running defenses. It's just you got to do what you got to do, and sometimes when you just get the carry, you got to try your best to do what you got. Also, it doesn't help
lineman coming back onto the field.
Also, it doesn't help too that the linebacking core is also swarming to the ball immediately.
And another blitz. That one gets on the slant they'll call a flag for, believe, pass interference or defense holding one of them. Because down there on the corner, Braden Holthouse, do believe they'll call it on him. We'll see from the referee. We're looking over talking to Coach, so it will be on the Bombers.
I don't think it will be a first down.
Get the official call here. It is defensive pass interference.
There was a flag
So,
on the play.
automatic first down.
Bombers for pass interference.
Sports Corner first down for the Titans. Getting a little bit of momentum here. It might have been not their momentum, but it is something at least.
Got to capitalize off something. You can't capitalize off your own plays. Capitalize off all of the Peepers' mistakes.
And mistakes, that's when you look at this team. Penalties, that's the biggest mistake that they've had this entire game.
Both teams very much penalized.
Timeout taken by West Hancock. So the Titans are going to look over, try to think of some way to get onto the board.
Yeah.
TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is brought to you by M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store. M&B Furniture is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles. For everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one, stop and see the fine folks at 41 on West Main Street, or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or the web at www.mabfurniturinc.com. You can also call 309-772-2111. And brought to you by Tom Conklin State Farm. Face-to-face, over the phone, by email, or by text. You choose how to do business with Tom Conklin State Farm, Macomb. You can reach them at 309-837-1200 or visit them online at www.macombsf.com. Better yet, stop in and get your quote today at 1221 West Jackson Street in Macomb. 38-0. Macomb, on a roll. They've got it made. Offensively, they've been doing really well on that line. It just feels there's something. There's something in the air of just. It seems like they aren't having as good as the time they should be. 38-0 in the first half.
Yeah, you need that snap to get that defense going, and it feels like even when they don't have that snap, they've still been able to have a really good game. But if they get that snap, this could get out of hand.
It's methodical down there. It's kind of robotic.
Yeah.
It's kind of like watching a Spurs game in 2012. It's not flashy. They're doing what they need to do, but at the same time, you don't really feel that emotion coming off the players as you kind of do in other teams.
Yeah, I wouldn't go with the Spurs per se. I would say more like the 2017 Bills. Really methodical, really just you got to do what you got to do and get there. And I feel like that's what it's been like for Macomb.
It's sad if you can remember what the 2017 Bills looked like, as that's almost picked off. Another great job. Jaden Jones down there playing great on corner, but can't get a hold of that one.
Yep. Hey, you're up by 38 right now. You just got to get that off your head right now and look at the next play. It's 3rd and 11 now.
3:11 remaining here in this first half. 38-0 your score. Hands the ball off, but oh my gosh. You can't do anything. Can't get to the line of scrimmage if you hand it off in shotgun like that.
Yep.
You can't do anything if you go underneath the center. You're just going to have to start, turning around, snapping it, full on, hike the ball, snap it behind, flea flicker style to get at least some type of space to do anything for this Titans to get team.
They're going to try everything they can to score on Macomb, but it's just sometimes you just have a better game plan than other teams.
4th and 12. Hey, they might go for it here.
Oh.
They have already once. Look a little tight. High snap for the punt. Barely gets that one off.
That's going to be poisoned away, and that's going to be a really great punt at the...
We'll keep it rolling as it gets down to the 21-yard line. Great punt by this Titan squad.
Got to get downfield if you're Macomb. which has shown that hasn't been much of an issue.
I'd like to thank you all for watching here. Macomb High School Sports brought to you by Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. First and 10 for the Bombers. As they come back out, I really want to know how many times I've said first and 10 for the Bombers.
I have no idea.
Well, I mean, I think I'd have more of a problem if you were counting how many times I'd say first and 10 for the Bombers. As that's run up, finds a hole, gets a sports corner first down, and some more as he finds the sideline, gets across the 50-yard line to the 49, and first and 10 for the Bombers as the sports corner first down gets them right back up the field.
Macomb just has so many athletes, man. Can't do too much against a good athletic player.
34-yard gain, as it is 3:02. Is that 2:02?
2:04.
2:04. Hey. Hey, you're a little bit down, so you can take the first half of the number. I'll take the last half. We'll confer in a different meeting, and then we'll know what time it is.
Denzel Cochran, he's going to break it off, and he gets a 20-yard gain off it.
On the stiff arm out of the way. What time it is, it's another sports corner first down for the Bombers. So they just keep on pushing up the field here before the end of the first half.
Yep. I mean, it's hard to cover these Macomb running backs. You got Connor Bishop, who just has such great feet on the field, juke anyone out. You have Denzel Cochran, who just beats you with your speed, and then you have Max Reiner, who just keeps his eyes down the field and just bowls someone over.
On the 29, looking to pass. Let's that one fly to the end zone. Caught and in for the Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown. That is a great pitch and catch. Landon Allen on the catch, as that makes it a 44-0 game here with around 1:58 remaining in the first half.
Yeah, like I said earlier, Langdon Allen just has such great feet on the field. He can easily fool a cornerback, and right there he thought he was going to turn in left. Instead, he turns out right over towards the end zone. Jack Duncan threw a perfect ball right to him where no one else could get it. And
now we'll see if they're actually going to go for it for this two-point conversion. They do hand the ball off, so they'll go for it. He's going to get dragged down, but he's going to drag him in as well. 46-0, your score here at Macomb High School. As we'll take a quick break here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. For Macomb High School Sports, brought to you by Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
Welcome back. 46-0. Here for, what a homecoming game. Yeah. I mean, this is probably the second best game you can have for homecoming. Of course, first would be, like quadruple overtime thriller. However, this is a lot easier on the fans.
Yep.
As that is kicked out towards the 20-yard line. Great kicking so far by Allen. As he's swallowed up at the 35.
He had a sliver of a lane right there, and if he just got past him, that's touchdown city.
46-0. Titans get set up. 1:43 remaining in this second quarter. Second quarter feels like a lifetime and a half.
I mean, there's been so many scores, and if you're a Macomb Bombers fan, that's what you want to. That's what you want to see. You want this game to last as long as possible in the first half.
Probably a running clock if I had to imagine here in the second half. Hands the ball off as it's just completely. You got a wall. You've got a complete wall of black and orange. You can't do anything against it.
They almost looked like they were hugging each other just to run after the guy.
Just shoulder to shoulder push right through it. You barely even think there's an offensive line because it got swallowed up and rammed backwards. So another 2nd and long for this Titans team.
Yep, and it looks like they're just going to take the amount of time down to 40.
They'll wait until he starts to count, gets the ball off, maybe 1, maybe 2 more plays.
You got to expect maybe they throw deep here just so that they can try to get some points on the board before the half.
They have changed formations. Send the blitz in. As he gets outside, he's got 1-to-1 and perfect play onto that corner. We'll see him turn his head. There it is, number 8, Connor Bishop. That could have been bad if he would have gotten blocked on that far side.
Yep.
Because they were perfectly 1-to-1 blocker to tackler ratio, able to get outside and get the tackle.
33 seconds left on the clock, and it seems like they'll probably go for one last play before the game ends. So expect probably a Hail Mary here.
At the end of the first half.
Inside formation once again, trying to draw him off sides. They'll take a timeout when they can't draw him off sides. So will we here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Timeout taken by West Hancock. That is their...
I became a nurse practitioner because I wanted to do more, I wanted to learn more, actually have more hands-on individually with patients. The rewarding part for me is that I get to come to work and learn something new every single day.
46-0 here at the end of the second quarter. We got about 3 seconds left as they took the timeout. Last play of the half for the Titans. Back into shotgun formation. Haven't been into that for a while. You hear the snap, so now we can start.
Well, and this
last
is
play
Hail Mary
brought the blitz, but he's going to be picked off. Jaden Jones gets another as he's going to try and find his way through this offensive line as he's got the sideline if he can find it. Gets slowed down, so gets tackled on the 20-yard line. And, man, a lot of running for nothing, really, as that'll be the end of the first half. 46-0 your score. As, man, what a half of football we witnessed.
Yeah, if you're the Macomb Bombers, you're going into the halftime feeling amazing. But, I mean, if you're the West Hancock Titans, I mean, you got to go into the locker room and be like, you know what, we got to adjust, we got to change this up, we got to have fun.
Excuse us, I believe our capture card just went out, so we'll take a quick break and be back here and fix that for you for the second half.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on...
We're an 11-bed ER. I pride myself on every day that the patients get what they need and see a physician when they need it. We want them to be headed towards the road of recovery when they leave here. I feel like we have nurses that care so much. We're more than a team. It's a family, and we want what's best for the patient.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
Every day, we walk through these doors, not knowing what waits. It's not easy, but we do it every day because our mission is you. Providing you compassionate care, and providing you the best possible patient experience. McDonough District Hospital.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and they care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
like a huge weight lifted.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
I became a nurse practitioner because I wanted to do more, I wanted to learn more, actually have more hands-on individually with patients. The rewarding part for me is that I get to come to work and learn something new every single day.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit, and all the providers and staff are putting the patient first. I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my longtime friends and neighbors with their insurance needs. It's like working with family every day.
I'm Brett Powell, your local Country Financial representative, whose door is always open to work with you.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today, and make your voice heard.
And we are here for halftime. Excuse us as we get everything set up with our camera. We did have a capture card break. So once we get this new one up and running, everything will be fine. You can still hear us, though. So, Tegan, what have kind of seen so far from this team that really has been the driving force for them winning?
I feel like for Macomb, it's been the running game. The running game has been rock solid all game. You've only had one really bad mistake, and that was with Connor Bishop with the fumble at the beginning, but they really seem to capitalize off it.
Talk. You're good.
Okay. I was gonna say, when it comes to West Hancock, they've thrown the ball a lot too, and they've done that really well as well.
There we go. We've got our live feedback up. Do apologize for that. You know, sometimes these things happen. Capture cards just kind of like to burn out at the worst times. As we do have the band out there, 46-0 running clock here at the start of the second half. And, you know, for the Titans, like, what do you even do in this situation? You find yourself in your offensive line needs to just be as great as they can just to get a chance to get any type of yards.
Yeah, but, I mean, at this point, you're West Hancock. You just got to have fun. I mean, that's the best thing you can do in a situation like this.
As the band disperses.
What have you seen so far that you've been really shocked by?
I wouldn't say shocked. First game that I've really paid attention and having to announce and stuff like that. Great game, by far, by their running back, Reiner. Able to find holes, able to push through, find open man, run with your head up and not your head down.
Yeah, Reiner had a big problem at the beginning of the year. He always just kind of looked down and prepared for the hit. Now when he's looking up, he's looking to make sure that the people who are running towards him are running into each other. So I feel like that's been a really good part on Reiner. And as well, I would like to say Denzel Cochran has had a great game so far. He has a lot of big spurts. And on that one play where he got 10 yards, then they got drawn back by the holding call. He did it again, but got 20 yards.
Reversed the play and ran to the right instead of the left side. That strong side rush up through the far side of the tight end really worked for him. Also great for this Bombers has been cornerback play. Their corners and their safeties have been great so far. Nothing's getting through that secondary.
Yeah, for both sides, the cornerback play has been kind of good, but it hasn't been the greatest, especially for West Hancock. They've had some plays where they've had a really great jump on the Bombers wide receivers when it came to that pick with Jack Duncan, but then they've also let up really big plays as well when it came to the Langdon Allen 50-yard touchdown. And it's the same thing for Macomb, too. There have been times where Macomb just wasn't able to stop their passing attack. And there were other times, too, where, like, on that last play, even though it was a Hail Mary, Macomb just had all the guys on where the ball was going to throw, and they made the play.
As we get set, have the dance team out here. TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is brought to you by the Community News Brief. For all your local news, subscribe to the Community News Brief Weekly Edition, mailed directly to your home every Friday. As an option, you can also receive Monday and Wednesday editions by email. All of this for only $42 per year or $38 per year if you are 65 or older. Single copies can be purchased at select locations in Bushnell, Colchester, and Blandonsville. As we'll take a quick break and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Every day, we walk through these doors, not knowing what waits. It's not easy, but we do it every day because our mission is you. Providing you compassionate care and providing you the best possible patient experience. McDonough District Hospital.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
And welcome back to halftime here, 46-0. Apologies, we had to step out real quick. Had our mics completely down, and the bass in this box was still messing with our speakers.
Well, I mean, it's homecoming. People are going to be really excited. They're going to try to bump up the bass as much as possible. They want everyone from Macomb to Bushnell to even Rushville to hear their homecoming. Because, I mean, in Macomb, homecoming is a real big thing. You have people coming from literally states away just to come here and root for your Macomb Bombers. And I feel like that's really passionate and shows how much of a fan base Macomb has.
As, you know, you can see a bunch of people already out, handed off with our rosters. You know, came out with a little bit of a uniform sponsors with older players in their graduation year. Up through, you know, the one from 1951. All the way from there. What? Oh, over there. Over there.
Escorted by parents Jason and Amber Duncan.
Got the winning ticket for the 50-50, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, we can't take it, but congratulations to that guy.
I'd take it. 50-50 for tonight, I'd take it. There's a big crowd here for this Macomb Bombers High School.
Yep. It looks like
6:15 left. Yep.
Jason Duncan.
I will say this, a big thing about homecoming when it comes to Macomb is that it's a big deal, like I said, and even the parade here was even greater than it was in years past. Like, normally Macomb always one-ups themselves for homecoming every year, and it always starts with the parade. And they said this earlier, the freshmen won the parade, which I don't think that's happened in a couple of years from my knowledge. So it seems like Macomb has a really passionate fan base still moving forward, and that's what you'd like to hear when it comes to having a football team like Macomb. You want to still have people that come out here, support the team no matter what, through the best times, through the worst times. It's always nice to see someone like that, see a group and community like that come together just to make a huge impact, because you have no idea how impactful that is for football players to come out and see that, oh, we are still supported, we are still loved, and it warms people's heart. It warms my heart to see people still care about football.
As we get set here, the Ridgewood Spartans leading West Prairie Southeastern Cyclones 38-15. It is the Cyclones homecoming as well.
Yep.
As I look down, you know, love them to death. We've got John Burton and John Reynolds out there doing the game.
Love you, John.
Yeah, I love you, John, but they have our volleyball. They have the We're having some real issues now. All right, that's the second capture card that seems to be blinking out, so I don't know exactly where that might be a problem with. But they do have our volleyball scoreboard up instead of the football one. So it's got the sets up there.
I mean, hey, you can have sets in football. You just
I guess.
I mean, tip drill, that's technically a set. You got to toss it up in the air, catch it.
I'm not the same set as I'm talking about. There's the action, and then in volleyball, a set, game 1 of 3.
I get you now. I get you.
You don't get out much, do you?
No, look. I had to do a volleyball thing with John Burton. So, and as someone that knows literally nothing about volleyball, I picked up the best that I could, and I think I did pretty well. I think I did pretty well for my first time ever doing anything volleyball related or anything announcing related for volleyball.
That's on the way here. Didn't know that we'd be here till yesterday as we had our crew switch around. But I was like, all right, I'll get the cameraman, I'll get everybody. Got one of my friends who's a freshman here at Western this year. And he goes, all right, so I don't think I'm going to be able to learn how to do camera for football in 1 hour. I looked at him and was like, 1 hour? I'm going to give you a 5-minute rundown, and then we're going to go. He goes, I don't know. I don't think I can do that. I'm like, chill out, man. You're holding the camera. All right. First quarter, you're going to have issues, and I'm going to tell you exactly what's wrong, and you're going to fix it.
Yeah. And I actually experienced the same thing when working with volleyball. Our system wasn't working, and things were just going kind of weird and such. But, I mean, I got through with it. I was able to film it fairly well, and I got the thumbs up from Mr. Dwayne Hulett and said I didn't do that bad of a job doing volleyball. But I'm not sure if that was just him being nice or not.
Well, Dwayne is never nice, so.
He has his days.
We'll take a quick timeout here and be back for second half action. 1 minute remaining. Well, technically 3 because of the 3-minute turn down. We'll take a quick break and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today, and make your voice heard.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is brought to you by Good Hope Gardens. Good Hope Gardens, located at 445 East Main Street in Good Hope, just east of the North Elementary School. Open April to October, Monday to Friday, 10 to 6 p.m., and Saturday, 10 to 4 p.m. for all of your fresh produce needs. Be sure to follow their Facebook page for daily updates. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown. And brought to you by King Family Chiropractic. King Family Chiropractic, with locations in Bushnell and Macomb, supports Bushnell Athletics. Macomb Athletics. They offer office hours in Macomb Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Bushnell Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. To set an appointment, call 309-837-MY-DC. That is 6932. They also perform DOT/CDL physicals for just $85. Team coming back onto the field finally felt like that halftime just kept on dragging on and on. I was ready to see some more football action.
Oh, trust me, when we're big football fans like us, we just want to see nothing but football. They should play a little miniature scrimmage game out there. Who needs halftime? We just want more football, baby.
That might have been the worst thing you've ever seen.
Hey, we like to have fun here.
Titans warming up over there on the corner as on the sideline. You know, that's one thing that I don't really see much. The warm-up halftime for Macomb going across the sideline to sideline like that. Most of the time, you either see the circle set up like that, or what we do at Bushnell is walk across end zone to end zone lane, just do all our dynamic stretches down and back like that. Along the sideline, never really see much.
Yeah. It used to be for Macomb that we used to get up into 5 lines back-to-back and then do our stretches and such, but it seems like this year they want to try something different, so they're going from field sideline to sideline.
Wow, giving away trade secrets like that. Can't imagine. Can't imagine.
Wow. You're giving away trade secrets to Bushnell.
Oh yeah, of course. That's our key to victory is stretching. You understand that. You know, all the other stuff, that's just hanging around. We go stretching. We pay very hard attention to that.
You got to stretch those arms. You got to catch that ball for a touchdown.
And no live stretching is really important, especially if you start, working out on a regular schedule. Man, I really wish our scoreboard was not flashing in and out like that. Do apologize once again for anybody affected.
Better at showing up occasionally than not showing up at all, I suppose.
We've had days like that, 100%. Had a capture card break today, but other than that, brand new phone, working internet. We're here. It looks like they had the 3 minutes on the clock. Haven't called it yet, so we'll get set for the third quarter. I do believe running clock, unless I am mistaken.
I mean, if you're Macomb, you just got to put out the young players and see what they can do, I suppose.
Get some JV reps. Just keep on pushing through. Try out some of the, some plays, maybe new formations you're working on, but don't really want to throw out there in the heat of a moment.
Yeah, I want to put out some of the seniors you don't normally put out there. Get them, make sure they feel the homecoming experience, because all in all, the homecoming experience is for everyone. It's not just for the homecoming king, homecoming queen. It's someone for everyone to love. But, yeah. Macomb is, I believe, set to receive the kick, right? Oh, no.
They're kicking off. As you can look out there and see the return team already set up. Titans getting set. 46-0.
We saw Connor Watson try out kicks, but it doesn't seem like they want to still attempt them. So instead, they're putting out Ian Case to kick off the ball.
Gotta grab my roster here as we get set for third quarter of Balmer High School football, brought to you by Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. $46-0. Set to kick.
Ian Case. And the kick is squibbed off, and it's mishandled by number 7.
Picked up, but it's going to be out towards the 30. Gets along to about the 31-32.
Yep. You can expect a lot of the younger players, like we said, to come on now. It seems that some of the key ones, number 76, Ty Martin, and then number 61, Sam McClure, are coming in on defensive line right now, while starters like Malachi, Butler, Grissom are staying out there on defense.
Titans getting set for this second half of action offensively.
I mean, if you want to start off strong here, I suggest probably throwing. It's been working for you all game. You want to do it now.
First play, it's going to be a missed snap. So they're going to rush through, try to get something out of it. He'll let it go.
Nice catch by number 4.
They will catch it, so that'll be a Sports Corner first down.
Pass from Tanner Barnett is complete to Evan Carroll.
First down. I mean, that's Sports Corner first down. My apologies. Yeah, that was a great pass. A little bit of a bad snap again, but it's shown that the quarterback behind that line can still go out and make plays, and I think that's something that he should be really proud of this game. He's been able to make plays out of nothing. There's been a lot of really broken plays, and he's done well.
Tanner Barnett able to move around in that pocket. 1st and 10. Looking to pass. Lets that one fly. Ooh, caught but tackled on the way. Gets about 4 yards on it. Jake Martin's on the catch.
Drew Watson with the coverage. I said Connor Watson originally. That's my bad. Drew Watson. That's his younger brother.
It's nice having somebody that went to Macomb on here for these games, you know?
Yeah.
Because, of course, first game I've had to announce for Macomb, I don't know many of the names out here. You're able to fill in and, you know, say a little something for people that you did end up going to school with.
Yeah, it's really nice being able to talk about and cheer for the players on the field, especially since I know them too. Oh.
That'll be, they won't call that, but that was definitely a false start. They'll move it across to around the
sometimes
close to around a 6-yard gain.
Sometimes when the arm twitches a little, refs will let it go away. He didn't really move anything else. It just like when the body twitches, it's kind of hard to really call that. When when you see a leg move, it's a lot different. When you see a body twitch, it's kind of different.
3rd and 1 as we get set.
Eli Starbuck out at nose tackle right now, and then it seems that they're going to try to drain a lot of the clock already for the West Hancock Titans.
Under center, as we're back into this little bit of a formation. Going to be a handoff, but barely gets it across the line. We'll see if they give him the 1st down.
From our view,
and they'll give it to him. So Sports Corner 1st down.
It's going to say from our view, it looked like that he did get the 1st down.
Gain of 2 yards and good for West Hancock. 1st down.
1st down for the Titans. Now they're getting a little bit of movement. It looks a little bit too late, though.
Yeah, but hey, any movement's better than no movement. It's homecoming, like you said. Have fun, even though it's not your homecoming.
Barnett on back onto the field, gets the play in.
It seems like they're going to try to go dual formation for wide receivers, and the center just couldn't get the ball up.
Loses the ball as it goes down, so about a loss of 7.
A lot of the times when the ball hits, a lot of times when the snap's really low, it's a sign that the ball has not gotten liftoff. You just literally threw it on the ground. So, I mean, if you're a center, you want to get it up like right in between the middle, like just barely off the ground, but just not too high that it's sending like 30 feet in the air. Because there's been times when you have a snap that's a free ball.
2nd and long once again for the Titans. Going to be a little shovel pass. They'll go sweep out. Gets tackled right around the 50-yard line. Goes up to about the 49, so into Bomber territory for the Titans, but 3rd and long once again.
Yeah, got to throw here. If you want to get that 1st down, unless you want to go for it on 4th. I mean, regardless, it's a running clock, so I mean, time is of the essence right now. You want to try some stuff and see what works, and
passing has been able to work out for him. Maybe throw out a post or something like that. Yeah. Getting it set now. Once again, throwing 4 wide receivers out there, so definitely in a passing situation. Has 2 linebackers on a blitz. Throws an out route, but he does get the reception, but only about 1 yard on the gain. So 4th and 13.
Yeah, I don't think they punt here, but they very well might. We'll just have to see.
1 yard. 4th down and 12.
Gain of 1 there on that pass. Looked like they probably shooting for more, but found that out route. Coming back onto the field, so I'll probably go for it here. I mean, why not?
Have fun. That's all you can say in a situation like this. You want to have fun. You want to do what you want to do.
Do what you can, you know. Figure out what works, what doesn't for the next game.
Play the game, play it well, and that's
that one. Oof, man, he looked like he was trying to get something, but couldn't get a hold of it. Sacked on the play, down past the 40-yard line. Turnover on down, so Bombers come out now. We'll see what they do with their offense. Probably throw in some more JV guys.
That was a sack by number 64, Branton Sprinkle. We've said his name on the varsity side of things, and he's had himself a pretty good game along with Max Reiner, along with Langdon Allen, and along with Jaden Jones. Macomb's going to be set back. I think that is Jackson Barclay in at quarterback right now. It's hard to really see. No, that is number 11, Braden Holtzhaus.
Whistle called. Look, handed off, but right there, and wow, what a hit. Ran off onto that far side. That was, I believe, 52.
That was a heck of a
62. Hit. Charlie Dayton for the Titans. Man, not blocked on that far side as he rushed right through on the blitz.
He came after with a vengeance. You can tell that he's not happy where his team's at right now.
2nd and long for Macomb. As another, that's the 5th offsides penalty for the Titans. 7th overall in this game, as Macomb had troubles with it earlier too.
That was a very delayed reaction. He probably knew that it was a call that was off, but his body was just like, you know what, go for it. I mean, at this point in the game, you just got to try what you can, and sometimes that's just jumping off the ball a little bit too quickly.
2nd and we'll say 11. They had that sack for the 5-yard penalty. Nice snap, high and tight, but man, he's got nobody to handle as he'll run out to the sideline. He's got open room, comes across, got one man to beat. Nice block, and it'll be in for the Tom Conklin State Farm touchdown.
There's a flag on the play.
So we won't do it. I believe it'll probably be holding on that right there on about the 11-yard line, probably holding from the wide receiver position.
Clock still runs on penalties, so the refs are going to try to make a decision very quickly here.
So we won't put it on the board quite yet.
There's 2 flags on the play, it seems. They both might be on the Bombers. Holding on the offense.
And then a block in the back.
Offsetting penalties.
Offsetting penalties, so definitely not a block in the back. Touchdown.
There's a holding penalty against the Bombers. An illegal block against the Titans. Offsetting penalties. The play results in a touchdown.
Now, how do you get an illegal block on the defense?
I haven't. Maybe he just grabbed him and then pulled the wide receiver down. I guess that would be considered a block.
52-0 here in this 3rd quarter. Running clock, so I think that's an 8:42.
No, it's 2:42.
Oh. You know what? You've got a better eyes check. You'll just be my clock man from now on. Get a watch.
Yeah. It says here that it's football time. And they're going to let it run off. And
they'll probably just not even attempt it. Yep. Up 52-0. Why really attempt?
The offsetting penalties result in a replay of the previous down.
Oh, referees had the wrong call. It's a offsetting or reset. That's kind of what I thought they'd call, but I mean, because normally you just offset, reset.
I'll say this: even in a game like this, you always have something interesting going on.
I didn't even think to question it at that point, but yeah, why should be an offsetting. I don't understand why they do that. At any rate, 2nd and 11 once again.
That was Schrodinger's touchdown. If both penalties are offsetting, is it still, and no one calls it, is it?
And that's
false start. False start, everyone but the center.
Classic move. False start on the offense, so Bombers will get moved back another 5. Makes it 2nd and 16.
And it is 1:16 on the clock right now for the 3rd quarter. I would probably expect a pass, but you never know.
Snap taken, handed off as he's going to get around the first tackle. Has a nice blocks ahead of him. He's going to get close to the first down.
He got the first down, I think.
Sports Corner first down for the Bombers once again on the rush as they'll keep moving the chains. Here with just a couple of seconds left in this third quarter.
Oh, it seems here that they marked him just a yard short.
Gain of 15 3/4 yards.
PA announcer's getting even the 3/4 yards.
Yep. Got to get as many yards as you
I
can.
guess. I don't know.
And that will probably drain out the rest of the clock here for the third quarter.
Let it go as we get set for fourth quarter action here on the homecoming night. 46-0 as the Bombers still with the lead. As they just kind of sit around, wait it out.
Yep. And they're heading over to the sideline now.
And there it goes. So I'd probably think rest of everybody, JV squads, start filling in.
Yep. I mean, you're at the point now where you just gotta go with whatever you think develops the team the best. Putting out the starters there and risking them getting hurt isn't worth it. Get in the young guys, see what you got for the next generation, and well, do your best with what you got.
Alrighty, and we'll take a quick break and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
At Country Financial, we enjoy serving the community in which we live, big or small.
I love living in the Blandonsville area. It's where I grew up, went to school, and decided to raise my family. I never had a desire to live or work anywhere other than in a small town. I feel lucky to help my...
Braden Holtzhaus with a broken play. He's getting the first down, it seems. The Sports Corner first down.
What a way to start out the fourth quarter with a Sports Corner first down.
Gain of 2 yards, good for Bombers, first down.
Bombers offense keeps moving the ball down the line.
Yeah, even when on the JV team, like they have really good players on that offense. Like Braden Holtzhaus, he's a cornerback who can play quarterback fairly well. He might be an option to look at going for the future at starting quarterback, especially when you have someone with his speed and talent.
Hands off the ball, finds a little bit of a lane, but he's going to get crushed down there at the 24-yard line. Gain of around 4.
Yep.
Decent run on the play.
Can't be mad with a 4-yard gain no matter what. So, like Coach said, if you get three yards every single down, you win the game no matter what.
Pretty much 3 yards and a cloud of dirt. 2nd and 6 here, 46-0.
Yeah, they'll probably
35 remaining.
They'll probably just hand the ball off to I think that's running back Charlie Hernandez for the rest of the quarter. Charlie Hernandez has a bit of an open lane here. That's going to be a hold on the offense, and that'll probably go back 10 yards.
That's really the only downside this Bombers team has had so far is penalties.
They've been heavily penalized all game today, and it's been plaguing them even on JV. You got to assume next week the key focus is you got to fix the penalties. You can't hold, can't jump, can't do any of that. It's just penalties are easily fixed. That's the best part about them.
Holding has been another one of their big issues. Their major penalty so far has been holding, as this is their 4th of the game.
10 yards, it'll be 2nd down and 16.
Loss of 10, 2nd and 16 now for the Bombers.
Yep. Probably expect another run here to Charlie Hernandez. And
hands the ball off, gets past the first man as he's going to try and get across. Gets around 3 on the play, and there's another flag.
Is that another hold, I think?
I do not know. Yep, they're calling another hold.
That would be on number 55, Nick Ford there. Are they going to push them back further?
Indeed.
Seems that they're going to want to take the yards even more.
Let's look for the official call. Holding once again.
Offense. Nick Ford, originally a wide receiver his first time doing football, and it seems like coach was like, you know what? You're strong enough, you're big enough, let's put you out there. Unfortunately, he used a little bit too much of his strength and held, but...
Second and 23 for the Bombers. Now here, 46-0. 8:23 remaining. Looking to pass, going to be a quick one. It's going to be right out of the hands of Ben Thomas.
Yep.
That was a laser of a shot right towards him.
Yep.
So 3rd and 23. Bombers going to probably go back to that pass.
Yeah, or they might run up the middle and see how many yards they can get and then go for the deep pass. Braden Holtzhaus does have a little bit of a cannon, so we'll see what happens.
He looks to go. Has to roll out to his right a little bit. He's going to have to take it.
Uh-oh.
Slides off the first tackle attempt. He's a little bit too fast for him as he's going to get up. Ooh, nice tackle. About up to the 33-yard line. Still 4th and long, however.
Are they going to punt it or are they going to go for it? Is the question. I mean, no use in really going for it, but I mean, what do you do punting? I mean, it seems like they're going to go for it.
Well, yeah, this is where situations get a little bit of higher pressure for a JV squad.
Yeah.
See what they got.
Yeah, you want to show off really well for the coach here. Best thing you can do to show off to a coach, run the right things.
Second, they're going to audible real quick. Might have been trying to draw him off sides.
Potentially.
Hikes the ball, looks to pass. Got 3-man coming right up. Had a jump pass, so we'll see. Oh, drops the interception. So it'll be Titans ball here at the 33-yard line.
Yep.
I do believe that is 6:30 or 5:30. I can't really see from my angle.
It is 5:30, I believe. No, it is 6:30.
Hey, guessed right. So Titans coming back onto the field. 46-0, your score.
Yep. It seems like they're going to be staying with the same defense they had out there. I will say this, with how well Malachi has been playing, I wonder why he's still out on there on defense. Maybe they just think that...
More reps, having fun.
Yeah, maybe they just think that they want to develop him a little bit more throughout the season, so they're having him out there. But it seems like he's had a pretty good season so far. We've called his name a lot when I've been doing it with Dwayne, so...
4 wide, man in motion. Going to be a handoff out the gut. Slides through and gets to the second level. Gets a gain of around 7.
Yep. I will say this for number 42. He's had himself a game. He's probably carried the rock a lot more than they've thrown the rock. So Luke Jacob has been doing a great game so far.
Jacob?
Oh,
it's a French name.
Oh.
It's a silent T.
Gotcha.
Second and short. Still into that formation, however. Another man in motion. It'll be a sweep to him. Gets upside, and he'll get the first down and more.
He is
nice tackle on that far side. I can't see that far away to see exactly who.
Number 30, Mr. Jerron Petty.
That was a great job. And one little thing. We'll see exactly here on this little replay that I have. Looked like, I can't see from the number that small. Anyway, you saw a man come out on the blitz on that weak side. Came down, perfect, got way too upfield.
Yeah.
And that's one thing, especially younger kids. There was a penalty on the play, holding, so another 10-yard penalty knocked back. But especially young kids, they find that open field on a blitz. They're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get something good. Get a little bit too upfield, and that's when you just cut on a dime and gun up, and you've lost all your containment.
Yeah, as a defensive lineman, it's not really fun when you get juked up by a running back or wide receiver. It's just, I mean, you're a big guy. You don't got, you have feet for reasons, and that feet are not meant for juking.
They hand the ball off, gets about maybe 2 on the pile. And I know when I was playing, if I didn't get blocked or I got through my block real quick, that was such a hard thing for me to learn is I've got to just stop and look. Once you get that energy, you're like, oh, I'm free. I'm free. I'm going to get something. You really just got to slow down and in your mind think strategy-wise, got to hold contain. I'm not going to beat him in a race. Not going to beat him in a race. Anybody out there, maybe even half the linemen, I wasn't going to beat in a race. So I had to stop, slide your feet, get into a defensive stance. As that one gets up for a sports corner, first down.
Yeah, as a defensive lineman, it's hard to really do your job, especially, well, people say being a defensive lineman is easy. Learning it's easy. Doing it is hard. It's about repetition. On the defensive line, like, it's easy to shuck someone off. It's not easy when someone's grabbing onto you and you got to shuck them off. For me, I've always found it a lot easier just to hit the good old swim move on them.
Oh. Drops the ball on the snap. He's able to fall on it, however.
For a gain of 2.
Yeah. Anyway, that's one thing that, especially with defense moves, what you don't want to do is, at least I had to learn, for anybody that is in high school, swim move is a horrible thing to do, other than maybe a punch out real quick. Because if you go high, the first thing you've done, give up your chest plate. They're latched on. You're instantly held. You're done. Either rip through underneath, because that'll break through any hands that are out on you. That's one of the first drills we always do is rip through, break those arms on you. And then you go through maybe a swim to get over, as he'll go through and get another good yardage on the rush. Luke Jaco has just been all over, but it just hasn't really happened for him. He's the main one that's been able to get yards and yards consistently. Just even with you hand him off with the line how it has been for a while, the defensive line has just been stopping him.
Yeah, Jaco's just he's either going down the field and running hard, or he's running hard in the backfield trying to make sure that no one's getting him. He's had himself a pretty good game, and I'd say, despite what the score says, the West Hancock offense shouldn't keep their head down because they played a pretty good game and were able to cause Macomb some difficulties.
Slid as he just kind of loses his footing.
We have
makes it a 4th and 4.
1:30 left in the game, and the score is 46-0.
A great homecoming game for this Bombers team.
Yeah,
just having a great time.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to want to have fun. It's homecoming. They'll probably have a dance-off. Not a dance-off, a dance after this. I mean, it would be pretty surprising if in the middle of the field right now they decided to decide the rest of the game by who can do the worm better. But, I mean, with how this game's been going, wouldn't surprise me.
They'll let the clock finish off as we've got about 7, 6, 5, something like that.
Yep.
Getting real close. They'll run one more.
Yeah.
Titans coming back onto the field.
Expect
4th
a Hail
and
Mary.
4. They'll probably just run it real quick. Indeed, give it right up to Jaco. He's going to slide through and get the sports corner first down up to around the 38-yard line.
It seems like they are they going to speed up and run a play, or are they going to? Nope, they're going to line up at the 50.
That will be the end of tonight's varsity matchup. 46-0 your final, as the Bombers took the lead early on that first kickoff, and boy, oh boy, never gave it up.
Yeah, Macomb just got off to a good start after a little bit of a sloppy first half. Well, not first half, first quarter. They've got sorry for the little interruption there. We just heard a firework, but after Macomb got off to a really not-so-great couple of drives, they really got off when it came to the second quarter and started getting into their own. They had a pretty great game. All things considered.
They're just fireworks. Celebrating the night. Homecoming. We came in and parked, and out in the parking lot, you could see they had people out painting the windows and everything like that. And right when I parked, Wayne, who I came here with running the camera, looks at me and says, "You do realize you're probably going to get paint on your car?" And I went, yeah, you know what? It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Alrighty, so we'll take a quick break and be back here for the post game. We do believe we'll have Coach Horrell.
Yep.
Alrighty, so we'll be back here real quick on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, on this Bombers High School game, brought to you by Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today, and make your voice heard.
We're an 11-bed ER. I pride myself on every day that the patients get what they need and see a physician when they need it. We want them to be headed towards the road of recovery when they leave here. I feel like we have nurses that care so much. We're more than a team. It's a family, and we want what's best for the patient.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
Welcome back here for this post-game show. 46-0 your final here as Bombers take the homecoming game on their home turf. Of course, it'd be hard to have a homecoming game on an away team.
Yeah.
But, you know, Titans did have a pretty good game, of course, coming up against a strong Macomb game. It is what it is. They had some good opportunities to learn something about their team, gets through some stuff, and especially for this Titans team, Jaco had a great game.
Yeah, Jaco had a really nice game. It's unfortunate that he really didn't get a lot of the credit on that team because it seemed like the quarterback kind of outshined him at points. But Jaco had a really nice game. He always got consistent yards. He always broke through. And then, of course, I mentioned the quarterback as well. The quarterback had a really good Tanner Barnett. I mean, he threw the ball right where he wanted to. He did really well under pressure, and he looked like he was going to cause something real soon.
And really talking about under pressure. Under pressure every single time he dropped back, Macomb was sending blitz every single play.
Yeah. Speaking of Macomb, I have a couple of players that I would like to say. I will say this. For this game tonight, it really wasn't a big quarterback game, but Max Reiner, good Lord, he had some really great runs for really long gains. Along with that, Jaden Jones, of course, had a great game, like always. He had that pick at the end of the half as well. And then another player that I thought did a really good job was Lindsey May. He had a couple of really key tackles and then a couple of really key blocks when it came to being at the fullback position. That's just something I noticed. But, yeah, really great game from this Macomb Bombers defense and offense.
You know, and Bombers, you know, Malachi Butler-Grissom down there on the defensive line has to be shout out. That entire defensive line, they couldn't stop. They couldn't do anything. When you have to switch formations every single play pretty much just to try and think of something that will stop a defensive line that's getting through your offensive line so quick, it's so hard to run anything. I can't imagine how the Titans were just trying to get through hand off the ball. Jaco trying to get anything he can, as there's already 4 defensive linemen right in his face.
Yeah. We have Coach Horrell coming up right here in a moment.
We'll take a quick timeout and get him on a headset. We'll be back in just about, I'd say about 30 seconds.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and they care.
It's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
Like a huge weight lifted.
We're an 11-bed ER. I pride myself on every day that the patients get what they need and see a physician when they need it. We want them to be headed towards the road of recovery when they leave here. I feel like we have nurses that care so much. We're more than a team. It's a family, and we want what's best for the patient.
I couldn't ask for a better agent, for a better company in a disaster where you have no idea where to start.
I learned that there's not a given in life. It takes a team. There's people that are going to watch out for us and they care.
it's been pretty stressful. Once we saw Lori and got our plan, it's
Like a huge weight lifted.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit, and all the providers and staff are putting the patient first.
Well, we'll be here for just a little bit more. Coral got picked up by the radio guys. I guess that's one of the perks of being right there at the beginning. You know, he gets the first bit dibs. So he'll be here in just a quick second. Bombers having a great time still down there with the student section. Student section, again, you can always hear him, but you can really hear him today.
Yeah, student section always comes out for home games, so that you feel like they come out a little bit more for homecoming, and that's just because you have more people coming out. Because like I said earlier, you have people from states coming over here. And, okay, we will have Mr. Coach Horrell over here, and I would like to say congrats on the homecoming win. That's the second one in 2 years.
2
right?
years, yeah.
What do you think of this game? How did you think that your team performed?
I don't think it was our best performance, but coming out and winning 46-0, getting a shutout, especially with that second crew in there, the second half, it was a nice performance.
Yeah. I did want to ask, too, it seemed like at first there was a little bit of, like, miscues or, like, players on the team seemed to I don't want to say, like, they didn't try, but it seems like they kind of underestimated West Hancock a little bit.
Yeah, you know, we struggle sometimes. We jump out to an early lead, and we got up 14-0. I think sometimes we think it's just going to be a walk in the park the rest of the way, and that's not the case. We got a battle for 4 quarters and play hard. I mean, I wouldn't say we didn't play hard. We were just a little lackluster at times, some stupid penalties, and it happens.
But the good thing about penalties, and you preached this back when I was playing, that they're always teachable. You can never you can't teach talent, but you can teach how to avoid penalties.
Yeah, you know, sometimes penalties being aggressive are a good thing. You know, I say in high school football you could probably call a hold every single play, and, I mean, just got to be smart about it, really. It's sometimes blocking downfield. Our receivers this year seem to be getting called for a lot of holds, but you know what? They're also putting in the effort to block downfield, so we'll take that part of it.
Yeah, I also wanted to say, too, normally it seems like the offense gets talked about a lot, but it seems like today the defense really showed up. Malachi Butler, James Meredith, Jaden Jones, Lindsey May, like they all had really great key stops, and the defensive line today performed amazing against that offensive line.
Yeah, if we cut out those offside penalties, I thought we did a pretty good job. We gave them a couple first downs on some pass interference calls. That, you know, playing DB is tough, but defensively we played pretty well. I take away 2 series that I feel like we probably could have played a little better, but you'll have that. It's high school football.
Yeah, I think also, too, a lot of kids come into homecoming being like, this is the greatest thing. We have to show off to everyone here. And I feel like that could potentially cause a little bit of the miscues at first. This definitely wasn't Macomb's greatest game, but this was still a really solid game for Macomb in general.
Yeah, you're not going to play – I mean, you want to play your best to get better every single week. I don't think we played our best game, but we'll take it. We'll take it.
Yeah. Well, it was great having you up here. I'll probably see you next week against Farmington?
Yep, got Farmington coming
That's
to
going to
town.
be a heck of a game.
Yep, should be a fun one. So hopefully we got a big crowd again next week.
All right, great having you.
Awesome, thank you.
Good luck next week.
Thank you.
See you guys.
And with that, we'll end it here at Macomb High School. Macomb Sports brought to you by Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. Ken Suter alongside Tegan here. And it's nice to actually get to have a little bit of a mix-up instead of normally just me on the games. It's been running solo for all the volleyball games, and have my buddy Wayne that's doing camera right now has been my guy for football. So with that, we will end it here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Thank you all for watching, as we will be set up for next week with another giant list of sports that I don't even want to comprehend how much time I'm sinking in this year. It's just really a fun. This has been the best year so far. Adding Macomb, adding Southeastern. It's a lot more stress, but at the same time, a lot more fun.
It's also fun to see other teams play as well.
Alrighty, so with that, thank you all for watching, and like and subscribe on our YouTube channel to see more. Every Macomb game, I believe, we will get to, as well as Bushnell and West Prairie Southeastern for football and other sports as well throughout the year here on the Hulett PubliPro LLC YouTube channel. Thank you all for watching.